Welcome back to another action-packed episode of Inside Sport Abu Dhabi. Coming up this month, the Abu Dhabi Tour rides into town, and we're on hand to capture all the action. We check out the Abu Dhabi Swimming Festival, held at the stunning Emirates Palace. Later on, we meet with UAE's #1 motocross rider, Mohammed Balooshi. We speak to the UAE's first ever female A-licensed football coach, and we look at the growth of cycling in the UAE. Finally, we look back at an intensive 2 days of basketball at the FIBA 3x3 World Tour Finals. And we talk to Ricky Fowler, Dustin Johnson, Henrik Stenson and Danny Willett about the upcoming Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship in January. At the end of October, the Abu Dhabi Tour rolled into town, bringing to the nation's capital some of the best teams and cyclists in the sport. Featuring the likes of Mark Cavendish, Andre Greipel, Alberto Contador and last year's winner, Elia Viviani, the lineup read like a who's who of world cycling. Race Stage 1 started in Madinat Zayed and saw the riders pass through the oil and solar fields of Abu Dhabi on their way to the finish line. The breakaway group were out on their own for a long time, but were eventually hauled in, leading to a sprint finish for the line.
Wide open now, the Italian champion's also going for this. Degenkolb stays with him. Mark Cavendish also goes. Degenkolb goes for it. Oh, look at that!
Italian champion Giacomo Nizzolo held off the challenge of Mark Cavendish to win the stage.
No, I mean, for me, it's a great feeling. It's amazing. I mean, and to start with a victory, it's always great. I don't think I'm gonna win the GC with the third stage with the uphill finish. But anyway, I will try to defend the leader jersey tomorrow in the sprint, and then let's see for the last day.
Stage 2 was a straight race of 115 kilometres through Abu Dhabi, taking in the sights of Yas Island, Nation Towers and the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. A six-man breakaway led for much of the time, but the peloton always had them in their sights and they reeled them in with less than a kilometre to go. Again, we were set for a sprint finish.
Cam versus Viviani. Also Latham's in here for Team Wiggins. Viviani goes for it, reaches out. Gardini gets on the back of Cam's wheel. Gardini, Viviani, there's Cam. Oh, and Mark Cavendish is going to come and get the line. I think he takes it.
This time, Tour ambassador Mark Cavendish showed his class to claim his first win and the overall lead in the Tour.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy to win the stage of the Abu Dhabi Tour. It was close yesterday, so to be able to win today is special, especially here. A beautiful finish on the Marina. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to win tomorrow at Jebel Lafitte, so I like to try and save myself for the last day on Sunday at Yas Marina Circuit.
Stage 3 saw the race move up a gear and forced the riders to confront Jebel Lafitte, the UAE's second highest mountain. The cyclists would have to endure an 11-kilometre climb at a gradient of 11% to reach the finish line at an altitude of 1,025 metres. With temperatures in the high 40s, the climb was a true test of the riders' ability, and only a select few of the specialist climbers managed to break away from the peloton looking for the stage win. It was the Estonian rider Tainel Kanger who surprised everyone and broke free from the chasing group to take the stage win.
He's going to take the turn though. Not only that, he's going to take the stage, he'll take the lead. He's won the stage, he is the leader.
I was just enjoying the moment because I'm not a rider who wins every weekend, and before this year I hadn't won anything for 3 years.
Stage 4 took the riders to the Yas Marina Formula 1 circuit for 26 laps and 143 kilometres. With the start at 5 p.m, the race would also finish at night. After some intense racing with no one managing to stay out in the lead, the final stage was set for a classic sprint finish.
It's a big, big gap, and Cam goes into it. Here comes Nizzolo on his back wheel as well. Viviani's also there. Viviani just hampered ever so slightly, but there goes Cam. He's going to hit the line. Nizzolo versus Cam. Oh, and the ambassador!
It was Mark Cavendish who took the stage win. But with Tainel Kanger safely in the peloton, he won the overall race.
Good feeling. I'm not used to it. I don't even know how to be in a podium. Like, I didn't even know how to put the jersey on properly. Now I still have to rest now, because if I don't rest now properly, then I'm gonna pay next year.
In February next year, the race is back in Abu Dhabi, and it moves up to World Tour status, which means more top-class racing in the UAE.
Hi, I'm Annika Sorenstam, and you're watching Inside Sport Abu Dhabi.
In late October, the third annual Abu Dhabi Swimming Festival opened to the public. Held in the grounds of the iconic Emirates Palace Hotel, the event attracted around 1,000 swimmers and exemplified the best strengths that community sport in Abu Dhabi can offer. The open water competition attracted swimmers of all abilities, from people out for a bit of fun in the sun to serious competitors looking to take home the win.
We are all swimmers. We mostly swim in the pool, but we like swimming in the sea because it's a good challenge.
In a pool, you know what amount you're doing if you know how many meters the pool is, but in the ocean, you need to know exactly where you're going.
As an ambassador of the event, Dutch open water swimmer and Olympic gold medalist Sharon van Rubendahl was on hand to give the event some serious sporting respectability.
I just support everyone who's here, and I want to help the people if they need like advice to race.
With all the races being held solely in the sea, Sharon had some great advice for how to handle the open water.
So when you're swimming, you have to look at the buoy, so you have to lift your head up and watch where you're going, because otherwise you get on the wrong side of the course and then you lose a lot of time. Then begin easy and try to build up the race. That's the most important thing.
The event was a huge success, and even though the going was tough, all the swimmers had a great time.
I think I swam more than 800 meters with all the zigzags I've done, but it was fun.
So we did the 800. We've been training for quite a few weeks, but still I'm out of breath, so it was tough.
Mark Cavendish took time out of the Abu Dhabi Tour to give his advice to triathletes competing in the ITU World Triathlon.
Hi everyone, I'm Mark Cavendish, just saying congratulations and well done for registering for the Abu Dhabi Triathlon. Here's my 3 top tips for going faster on a bike. I think the first and foremost, it's going to end. It seems like a long way and there can be not much happening, but it's going to come to the finish line, and, you know. So just see that every kilometre you do is a kilometre less to it ticking down. Secondly, don't go off too hard. It's easy, especially after you've been using different muscles for the swim, to get on the bike and push it hard, but you'll suffer at the end of that. So it's important you real pace yourself. In your training, you should know what you can sustain for the distance. Try and find that in the training beforehand so you know you can go into it. And even if you've got the adrenaline going in the day, we'll stay to something you can know you can do, otherwise you'll suffer in the end. Thirdly, just enjoy it. I started cycling because I love riding my bike, and that's why I still do it. Just enjoy that bit on the bike, you know. Abu Dhabi's a spectacular place with incredible sights to see, so just kind of try and enjoy it when you do it. I know it's going to be hurting, but if you enjoy it, then it'll go a lot quicker.
Still to come in part 2, we interview international motocross athlete Mohammed Balooshi, and we check out the Strata community cycling event in Al Ain. It's 5 a.m, the sun's still not up, and Mohammed Balooshi is already hard at work. As the best motocross rider in the UAE, while most of the country is asleep, Mohammed is working hard, pushing himself to the top.
I rode my first motocross bike when I was 19. From the get-go, I started riding, and 2 weeks I entered my first race. It was really tough in the beginning because with that courage came a lot of injuries because I was so attached to it and I had no skills.
Mohammed wanted to be a motocross star from the first time he ever saw a bike, but he never dreamt he'd achieve it.
As soon as I saw the first one, I was in love. I remember I was 7. While growing up, always thought about it, you know, but never thought that I will be leading this life.
Once he'd taken up the sport, he knew he'd found his calling.
In one word would be free. When I was riding, I feel good. Never stayed in one sport all my life. Always, I think, I was searching for something to challenge me. I tried many sports, but somehow I always grew out of it. But I never could commit until I got myself into motocross. And that was the ultimate feeling, and all together riding, it's different.
Mohammed is now recognized as one of the best motocross riders in the Arab world.
5-time Arab titles in a row, 1 Middle East championship. I have 9 UAE-based titles. My second title, Arab Championship in Tunisia, for me was to go there to finish top 6 and secure my title. So I think this stands really on the top.
In 2016, Mohammed Balooshi had a crash that threatened his career.
In Qatar was the second round in the series, and I remember it was day 5. I had nothing to lose, but it was a very fast section, and then I went off the bike, banged my head, broke my knee, but the knee did not bother me. The head injury bothered me, and could not make sense of things for some time. And
luckily, after lots of hard work in the gym, Mohammed is back and aiming to capture more trophies.
I've been training every day, day in, day out, to represent my country in the international level. You don't realize what you've given until you are injured. So I made sure that I'm strong and healthy and fit all the time. I do 5 hours of cardio a week. I do resistance training with balance training, and then I ride a lot. I think 10 hours a week like this. For me to win cross-country world title one day, there are many good riders, and they have the support and the backings, which I don't have, but I know I have the will, and I like to win cross-country world title. The key would be to ask a lot and then try to seek that knowledge. And back then, we didn't have a lot of this, like you type something in YouTube. No YouTube, nothing, you know, so it was difficult to get the information. The advice I would give to the young Emiratis, seek the knowledge. Never think you know everything, never. Always seek to better yourself. Asking is the best learning, you know, and you always try to ask the right people. This is how I did it. Yeah, I learned a lot.
In early October, the Abu Dhabi Sports Council held a cycling race in Al Ain, designed to test the mettle of every cyclist in the UAE.
It's definitely an amazing event. I was in the elite race, so it was a 67-kilometer race, kicking up Jebel Hafit, which is one of the taller mountains in the country.
We did 5 loops around the bottom, just to push the pace a little bit, and obviously then everyone was delivered to the bottom of the hill.
With the support of Strata, the event allowed 450 people to compete in races that were catered to suit their cycling ability. For the inexperienced rider, that meant a flat race around Al Ain. But for the more experienced riders, they were given the ultimate challenge of finishing their race at the top of the UAE's second highest mountain, Jebel Hafit.
It's 11 kilometers with an average gradient of 7% of climb.
With temperatures still in the high 30s, the endurance of the cyclists who made it to the top was something to behold.
It was really hard. Like, I tried so hard and I pushed, and my legs were seizing up towards the end, but I did it.
I mean, in a race like this, you're going all out, so you know, you're getting chills and your arms are starting to go numb and all sorts of stuff, and you're just sort of trying to tell your body to shut up and really just try to ignore it as much as possible and just stick to that wheel in front of you and go all out.
With community events like this capturing the imagination of the UAE cycling public, and with the support of Strata and the Abu Dhabi Sports Council, it's clear that cycling is finding a home in Abu Dhabi. Coming up in part 3, we attend the World Tour finals of FIBA 3x3 basketball. We meet Horiya Dhahiri to chat about football coaching, and we preview the upcoming Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship. In October, the stars of FIBA 3x3 basketball made a welcome return as Abu Dhabi played host to the 2016 World Tour final. With the best 12 teams on the planet involved, it was an event not to be missed.
Well, this is the 4th year of 3x3. The game is so intense, different than 5-on-5. It's very quick, 12-second shot clocks, 10-minute games, 8 cities around the world. This is city number 8, Abu Dhabi.
It's a very intense game. We have to focus a lot. If we don't focus for 1 minute, the game is done. So we have, each second is very crucial for us.
The format is different, really, from all perspectives. It's basketball, but the ball is different. They play on a half court. There are no coaches. You don't have time to walk the ball up the court because you got 12-second shot clocks. Action is happening so quickly. That distinguishes 3x3 basketball, and not only that, you also have the atmosphere around the courts.
Inside a buzzing Inside Sport City Stadium, the teams battled it out over 2 days, fighting to be crowned this year's 3x3 champions. Day one saw our first look at reigning champions Novi Sad Al Wada, who are aiming for a historic hat-trick of World Tour victories. They kicked things off with 2 comfortable wins over St. Petersburg and Belgrade to reach the knockout phase. Also on top form were 2012 winners Caguas, led by Jonathan Garcia, 2013 champions Ljubljana, tournament newcomers Chicago, and the impressive Hamamatsu from Japan.
I thought day one was as good as advertised. It was great seeing Team Caguas and, of course, the 2-time defending champs Novi Sad Al Wada. They now have to be the favorite. They beat Chicago. They epitomize team basketball, and they look primed to maybe three-peat. Hamamatsu, 2-0 coming out of pool play, a collection of players from different areas, but you put them all together and the ingredients make a pretty good dish, I think you can say. I think if Team Chicago makes the changes, they have the talent, they have the athleticism, the strength, they get through Novi Sad, I think that Team Chicago wins the whole thing.
Unfortunately, Chicago's hopes were over at the start of day 2, as Hamamatsu continued to surprise, forcing the US team out of the competition. And the team from Japan was at it again in their semi-final against Novi Sad Al Wada. Inderbir Gill with the incredible turn of speed. India's Amjot Singh denying world #1 Dusan Bullet. And Bikramjit Gill with back-to-back 2-pointers to put the 2-time defending champions out. In the other semi-final, #2 seed Ljubljana took down Caguas 22-15, sending the team in orange back to Puerto Rico empty-handed and earning the Slovenians a shot at the title for the first time in 3 years. The final was played at a fierce tempo with some spectacular play from both sides. But there could only be one winner, and it was Ljubljana who proved too strong for Hamamatsu, finding the net from all over the court to take the victory and the title by 21 points to 12. The 2013 winners, champions once again, and with it, $30,000 better off.
Feel great. We did it, so it's amazing. Awesome.
It's a great feeling. We are here the 4th time. Last year didn't work out, but this year will be better.
I think a lot of people expected Novi Sad to at least get to the final, but they were shocked by Hamamatsu. Still, Ljubljana, they did this back in 2013. Ljubljana the champs.
So after an exhilarating and unpredictable 2 days, who knows what to expect when FIBA 3x3 basketball makes a welcome return to Abu Dhabi in 2017.
You're watching Inside Sport Abu Dhabi.
Horiya Dhahiri is the youngest qualified football coach in the UAE, with a FIFA A coaching license, a role model admired by all younger, aspiring players.
I started playing with my brothers, then moved in that school. I played with my friends in the school. And there was one of the coaches been looking at the team. He saw girls playing football, then they decided to run a first football club for women.
Playing for over a decade, Horiya is one of the most experienced women's footballers in the UAE. It was her former coach that inspired her to become more than a player, but also a mentor.
I played for 10 years, then we ran a youth team. Then I decided to help our head coach. I was the only woman because we don't have courses for women, it's always for men.
Gaining a coaching license in UAE football is no easy feat, yet despite all odds, Horiya succeeded.
Having like an A license, it means you are a professional coach. It's a big responsibility as well.
Samia Al-Andalusi, head coach of the UAE women's football team, has known Horiya since 2008.
هوريا الأسيست كوتش معي مساعدة، كنت مجتهدة جدا جدا. أهم شيء بالنسبة لخصائص المدرب هي شخصية المدرب، كيف يوصل المعلومة للاعبات. وحورية تتمتع بالشخصية هذه وعندها مستقبل باهر في التدريب إن شاء الله.
Horiya knows that without the right support and her country behind her, she wouldn't be where she is today.
I'm thankful for my country and the Women's Football Committee for giving me this chance. I think they are the future of UAE women's football.
In January, one of Abu Dhabi's most popular sporting events returns for its 12th year. The Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship is the jewel in the crown of the Abu Dhabi sporting calendar, providing high sporting drama along with brilliant off-course activities that keep everyone entertained, not just the golf lovers. This year will see the strongest field ever brought to the UAE capital, with 12 of the world's top golfers joining an already stellar field of players.
Abu Dhabi's renowned for getting very good fields, and I think this year is probably going to be one of the strongest ones that they'll have ever had. You know, you'll have myself, Rory, Henrik, the Open champion. You're going to get Dustin there, the US Open champion, myself, the Masters champion. So obviously Ricky is defending. I mean, it's a really stellar field this year.
It's a great spot. Everyone's been great there. The fans are always fun. They enjoy seeing some Americans come over and just show the commitment to golf.
Huge chop at that. Absolutely brilliant.
British Open champion Henrik Stenson returns for the 12th time, having played in the very first tournament back in 2006.
To see Abu Dhabi Championship grow that much over the years, it's played on a good course. HSBC is putting a lot of effort and hosting one of the top events on the European Tour.
The course will again be one of the stars of the show, and it's the quality of the Abu Dhabi National Golf Club that keeps bringing the players back.
And the golf course is in unbelievable condition. It's a place that I really enjoy going to.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about the golf course, so this is one spot that I haven't played. I'm really excited about going.
With such an international field of world-class golfers, the 19th to the 22nd of January 2017 should be set in the diary for all sports lovers. So that's all for this month. Join us again next month for even more sporting action from Abu Dhabi, the home of sport.